हल्दीराम कैसे दिया रे भुजिया?
2 पैसा किलो साहब।
2 पैसा? तू खुद को मैकडॉनल्ड समझता है क्या? ऐसा नहीं चलेगा तेरा धंधा।
देखना मैं एक दिन मैकडॉनल्ड से भी बड़ा हो जाऊंगा।
हल्दीराम आज तेरे भुजिया का क्या दाम है?
200 रुपया साहब।
तुझे बोला था ना तू मैकडॉनल्ड्स नहीं है।
साहब हमारा धंधा मैकडॉनल्ड से भी बड़ा है।
क्या इक्विटी मिलेगा?
Last year, a sweet shop with humble beginnings from Bikaner reached a 20,000 crore valuation. The story begins at a time where young Sri Ganga Bishan Agarwal, fondly known as Haldiram by his mother, joined his father in helping him make and sell bhujia. As a young boy, he had observed his aunt's bhujia recipe where she would use motki dal instead of besan. Haldiram adopted the same recipe and focused on making bhujia finer and crisper. He went on to start a small shop in Bikaner in 1937. He also added his own twist by adding a particular type of lentil known as matki. As his shop and bhujia became popular, he started selling it at a price of 5 rupees a kg as opposed to his father who sold it at the price of 2 paise per kg. He parted ways with his father and grandfather's business eventually and gave a brand to his bhujia by calling it Dungar Safe, named after a ruler of Bikaner, Maharaja Dungar Singh. Now Dungar Singh was not only a ruler, he was also one of the most famous and influential people that Bikaner knew. By naming it Dungar Safe, he borrowed some of that trust and some of that influence that name commanded. A smart marketing move by a person who would build one of the largest brands in the country.
ए 2 पैसे में 1 किलो, 2 पैसे में 1 किलो, 2 पैसे में 1 किलो।
About a decade later, the bhujia or Dungar Sev was so popular that his shop would sell 200 kgs of it every single week. The price had also gone up from the original 2 paise per kg to 25 paise per kg. Now, one incident I want to bring your attention to is that in the 1950s, Haldiram and his wife were once visiting Kolkata for a wedding when he got the idea of starting a shop there. While most people go to a wedding to enjoy, entrepreneurs go there for expansion. In 1957, Haldiram, along with his 2 sons Moolchand and Rameshwar Lal, set up a shop called Haldiram Bhujawala in Kolkata. The shop became a success in a few years. Now, over the next 3 decades, the grandsons of Haldiram expanded their business. Shiv Kishan Agarwal took the business to Nagpur. Manohar Lal and Madhusudan Agarwal took the business to Delhi.
बधाई हो, आपको बेटा हुआ है।
कोलकाता।
ये इसका नाम है?
नहीं, ब्रांच।
Now, one thing about Delhi was that Delhi was a fierce competitive playing ground. Bhujia was not a unique product there, and they had to focus on innovating the product and the flavors to keep up with the competition. However, by 1983, Shiv Kishan had also expanded his business to Delhi with the help of his brothers. They had set up a house and a factory a few stories above a Sikh baker's shop in Chandni Chowk. During the 1984 riots, the baker's shop and the house and factory of the Agarwal brothers were burnt down and destroyed. The brother decided to build the business from the ground up and give it a brand new start. Very soon, the business picked up and they turned their apartment into a factory, trying to keep up with the demand. This is one of the advantages of building a brand. Even if you fall to the ground, it's very easy for you to come back up. Now, the single location was not enough and they set up their first factory in the late 80s. Now, one issue that has been plaguing the Haldiram's brand for a very long time was family disputes. Haldiram had put territorial division. The northern part was served by Haldiram's snacks and ethnic foods. Haldiram Foods International served the western and southern part of the country, and the Kolkata-based Haldiram Bhujawala served the eastern part. When the Kolkata-based business and family tried to enter the Delhi region, they refused to alter their brand name. And as a result, the grandsons of Haldiram got involved in a dispute over trademarks and brand ownership.
Hey, तू इधर?
तू इधर क्या कर रहा है रे?
तू इधर क्या कर रहा है रे?
ये मेरे जगह है रे। पता है तेरा मेरा बाप कौन है?
ए मेरा बाप तेरा बाप है।
मैंने बोला ना ये इधर मैं भेजूंगा।
हल्दीराम मेरा है।
By the 90s, they had started exporting their products to different countries. Despite the fighting, however, the brand continued to grow. Now imagine this for the customer, right? It would be so confusing to see two companies with the exact same names. Who do you buy from? Who do you have allegiance to? Are they the same company? Now to avoid all of that, the case went to court and it went on for 15 years. Finally, in 2013, the court made Delhi-based Haldiram the sole owner of Haldiram Bhujia. Now, over the years, the grandsons of Haldiram expanded the business to multiple parts of India and eventually took it abroad and started stocking up in different parts of the world.
अमेरिका MBA बुझे वाला आ गया।
अरे तू इधर भी आ गया, हल्दीराम खाएगा?
In the financial year 2013 to 2014, Haldiram's revenues crossed 3,500 crores, more than the combined revenue of Domino's and McDonald's in India in the same financial year. In 2017, Haldiram's became India's largest snack company, surpassing PepsiCo in sales.
And the award for the highest revenue generated this year goes to Haldiram!
Haldiram brought in more than $1 billion in revenue. Now, a lot of you might be wondering, what is their secret sauce? Why did they win? The first thing is that they really focused on shelf life. Today, they use nitrogen-filled pouches for up to 6 months of shelf life and even use the tagline, 6 months on the shelf and 6 seconds in your mouth. Second thing is that they realize that namkeen is an impulse buy for people. If you want to package namkeen well, then you need to do so with very colorful packaging to attract that impulse buy. And this brings me to our next point, which is that Haldiram's brand stood not just for trust, but also for celebration. Whenever somebody is in a celebratory mood, they tend to end up spending more money. And this is something that the alcohol brands have realized for a very long time, but Haldiram's took a very different approach to the same thing. Finally, they had deep offline distribution networks. They had relationships with distributors, they had relationships even with individual stores in the beginning, and these relationships, while it can't be quantified as a large number, was very easy for them to put their product into the hands of the people where they went the most. Finally, and this is an approach that Haldiram's took that is the complete opposite of Red Bull, was that they had full control of manufacturing and the ability to cost control. Whenever Haldiram's felt that there was something that was too expensive, they would bring down the cost themselves because they had full control of the process.
कहानी ये सक्सेस की 1930 इंडिपेंडेंस मिली नहीं जी हल्दीराम जस्ट अ यंग टीन जॉइंड हिज फैमिली बिजनेस भुजिया बाजार हुए सब पैनिक ही बीकानेर में हुआ कमाल आई नई रेसिपी फाइनर मैश भुजिया जो बीकानेरी वो तो हल्दीराम की 2019 आज कमाते थे बिलियंस ही मैकडॉनल्ड्स डोमिनोज नहीं चली इन फ्रंट ऑफ हल्दीराम डाइवर्सिफाइड बिजनेस यहाँ सेलिंग स्वीट्स Haldiram Empire, Bhujia Chat, Katori, all empty. Haldiram, we be selling sweets, yeah. Haldiram Empire, Bhujia Chat, Katori, all empty. Haldiram, we be selling sweets, yeah.